Thank you for joining me for yet another unboxing video. And today we have some more Simon or Cool Mini or Not goodness. This time it's Cthulhu, Death May Die, a game by Rob Davio and Eric M. Lang. So it's brought to you by Simon and Guillotine Games. This is a huge box, just to show you it. Huge unboxing this is today. Now, I did not back the Kickstarter when it came, so I bought this one and the expansion separately. I actually didn't even know when the Kickstarter came out, but when I saw it in the store, I was like, I gotta pick this up. It looks like a really cool game. I love the Mansion of Madness, so I said, this must be something that's very similar to it. But again, this is a very heavy box, and it is a very large box as well. So, it says here, right there, it says, the ritual is nearly complete. The unstoppable old ones will enter our world. You can't stop it. You have to destroy them. An ancient apocalyptic cult has nearly summoned a great old one into our world. Its devastating arrival is imminent. Now what? Cthulhu Death May Die is an action-packed cooperative board game for 1 to 5 players to defeat the eldritch horrors. From outer space and time, you must embrace madness and work together. You'll need to uncover and solve the mysteries of up to 6 different episodic stories using your unique combination of skills and insanities, fighting a wide array of terrible monsters from across the mythos. Then you must disrupt the ritual just long enough to make the Elder One vulnerable and kill it dead. It's probably a one-way trip, but you're up for it, right? Again, this game is for 1 to 5 players, ages 14 up. Takes 90 to 120 minutes. Brought to you by Guillotine Games and Simon, Cool Mini or Not. For more information about Cthulhu Death May Die, go to guillotinegames.com and simon.com. Of course, it has a table of contents right here. This game was released in 2020. Okay. And this was not cheap by any means of the word. So I think this was $100 when I picked it up. I think it was $99 or $98, $95, something like that. Anyway, let's crack this bad boy open and see what kind of goodness we have on the inside of this one. Again, this is chock full of stuff. This is a heavy box. Now, the first thing I really dig about this box is on the outside of it. It's got all pictures of the nasties that you're going to run into, which is actually can be used as a painting guide as well. So that's really cool. And you also have your adventurers in there as well. Pictures of everybody right there. Around this side again, the other monsters that you will be coming into contact with throughout the game. And again, some more of those people that will be trying to stop Cthulhu from arising. So, get back to where we started. Again, there's a great painting guide for them as well. So, as you can tell, it's a very deep box. So, we got a lot to do here. But we got to start, as always, with the rule book. Death May Die. There you go. Again, we got the table of contents. We've got all of the components here. So we got an overview of the game. At the start of each game, you will choose an episode box and an Elder One box and combine their components. The episode will provide the map layout, the ritual you are trying to disrupt, and how to disrupt it, as well as the abilities of the monsters in the game. The Elder One will provide the big boss you will fight with its own challenges along with its special minions. Do not combine elements from other boxes. So it says cultists doing idiotic rituals again, going to summon an elder god, destroy the world, the usual, but we've got something different planned. We're going to disrupt their little ritual, mess it up real good. So when that elder one lands in our world, it's mortal, just a bit, just for a little while, and then we're going to kill it. It won't be easy. We'll have to work together. We'll likely lose our sanity, but that's okay. We're fueled by madness. Explains the different episodes of how you're going to read the information about the elder ones. Again, just like anything with Simon, The outlay of the book is fantastic. Artwork's fantastic. Really well thought out. Storyboard, discovery cards. We've got our mythos cards. You got your enemies. Investigator, stress, wound, skills, sanity. And that's what the game boards look like. Or the character boards, I should say. And then you got how the tiles and spaces, what's going on there. All laid out for you. Safe spaces. Your setup of the actual game board. Player boards. Explanations of where they are, based by number. So you got dice and checks, rerolls, applying results. You got successes, elder signs, tentacles, bonus dice, rerolls, applying results. Use any successes, resolve effects, apply any tentacles. Turn sequence, take 3 actions. Draw a mythos card, investigate or fight, resolve, end turn. Take 3 actions. You can run. That's great. First one is run. Get the hell out of here. That's funny. Then you can attack. Or you can rest on a safe space. Important sanity cannot be handled by resting. You can trade with other people on your team. Episode action, special effects, summoning of enemies. And you're drawing a mythos card, the Elder One summoning. You get a choice, you either investigate or you're going to fight. If you're not in a safe space, the enemies fight you. You got companions also. If you are in a safe space, investigate your space. So again, you're looking for clues, how to shut all this stuff down. Defending against enemies, got an example of how to do that. You've got resolve end of turn effects, fire. Nope, running out of fire. If you need to add a fire token to the board, but there are none left, ignore the effect. If you need to add fire token to your investigator board, but there are none left, use a wound token instead. Enemies don't catch fire when leaving a space with fire tokens. Check the mythos discard pile. If there are 3 Elder One summoning symbols, what happens? Check the Elder One summoning. The Elder One is summoned if the Elder One entered the first red space on the track, or the ritual was disrupted this turn. And the big boy comes out, and you don't want to face him. Elder One end of turn effects. Death of an investigator, fighting an Elder One, disrupting the ritual. All right, so ending the game. You all win the game when you kill the Elder One by defeating its final stage. If multiple end game triggers happen at the same time, winning conditions have precedence. Example, the Elder One and the last investigator die at the same time. The players save the world and win the game. You all lose the game when one of the following happens. An investigator is killed or consumed by madness before the Elder One is summoned up to the board. All investigators are killed or consumed by madness after the Elder One is summoned. The progression tokens reach the last 8th space of the summoning track. You got an index, and you got the credits of the good people who brought you this game. So the rule book, realistically, is 18 pages in length. Then in the back, of course, as always, they have their rule summary. Turn sequences, dice and checks, sanity, and fighting the Elder Ones, and ending the game. That's your rulebook. You also have this cool artwork. And you have, this is a board, tracking board. So this says, sorry, it's upside down. Elder One minions, episode monsters, episode, Elder One. So I guess this is part of the summoning right here. So that's another thing you got right there. That's a cool board, tracker board for the bad guys. Next thing we got here, this is always helpful too. These are the investigators that are part of the team. It could be up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, up to, you can choose the 10. And it tells you how they go back in the box. So there you go. That's always helpful to have. Wish that every game came with something like that. So just gonna put that up here like that. Then you have your, saw pictures of the character. We'll get to the figures later. And then we have your character boards. So there is a front and a back to each of them. So this is Adam. So your turn, take 3 actions, draw a Mythos card, investigate or fight, resolve end of turn. Over here it says discovery cards, right? So your sanity, I'm assuming, is up top here, and these are your wounds. Okay, and you're dead. Fueled by madness, marksman, toughness. So it seems, so what we got here too on this side says discovery cards. So you got discovery cards on both sides. Nothing on the top, nothing on the bottom. So let's see what it says. Fueled by madness, gain this while your sanity is on this. Instead, gain this or sanity back. Okay, all that stuff there instead. So those are your special abilities. Fueled by madness, marksman, and toughness. And the back side here it says, your Lord Adam Benchley from Manchester, England. Shoot first, never ask. This is this gentleman here. And about a nice background story about him. So that's one of the characters that you could be in the game. Here's another character, Rasputin. Again, the board is laid out exactly the same. He's got Brawling, Arcane Mastery, and Unkillable. Sigh, dead again. All right, flip him over. He's from Moscow, Russia. Sigh, dead again is his catchphrase. And again, his background information, a picture of him. So you want to paint up those figures, you got a painting guide right there for you as well. You can be Elizabeth. Heads, I win again. Best 6 out of 11, love. Again, cards are set up the same way. Her special skills are Lucky, Marksman, and Stealth. Flip it over. Elizabeth Ives from London, England. And her background story. Again, if you're going to paint it up that way. Then you have Fatima. Admittedly, old one names are easier to read than say. Again, your turn marker, your sanity, and your health. Reading the omens, arcane mastery, and swiftness are her powers. Fatima Safar from Alexandria, Egypt. Admittedly, old one names are easier to read than say. Get a picture of the character, and of course, you have your background story about them. You could be Ahmed. What is written is written. Healing prayer, stealth, arcane mastery. Now, I'm not sure if this means anything up here. I'm not sure exactly. I'm not sure. That's some kind of tracker or if that's just artwork on it. I'm not sure. His name is Ahmed Yassin from Mezrin, Turkey. What is written is written. And again, that's his catchphrase. And then again, background information about him in a picture. Borden. 2 things are certain in life, death and axes. Savage, swiftness, and stealth. Borden, Fall River, Massachusetts, of course. Her first name could be Lizzie, like the band, or like the axe murderer Lizzie Borden. Again, background history on that one. Then you have Ian. It looks like he has got one hand. They have us surrounded, those poor bastards. Again, vengeance, obsession, brawling, and swiftness. Sergeant Ian Wells from Jonesboro, Maine. Again, photo op there, and background information. Then we have the kid, who's just laughing, fire in the hand. Gate manipulation, marksman, arcane mastery. The kid. It's unknown where she's from, and the background information about her. And then you could be Morgan. Almost looks like Indiana Jones. He's got protector, swiftness, and toughness. John Morgan, Fort Wayne, Indiana. I got a bad feeling about this. I'll see. That is an ode to Indiana Jones from that series of films, the Indiana Jones films. There you go. And last but not least, you have Sister Beth. High-strung, brawling, and toughness. She's from Bogota, Colombia. Their lack of faith should disturb them in background information. So let's just read one of the background information. Sister Beth knows what God's plan for her may be, except that she'll likely meet him very soon. Afflicted at an early age with a nervous nature, young Beth made the rounds through various hospitals and sanitariums before finding peace and fatalism in the church. Were it not for the insulation her faith provides her psyche, she would not have survived her first encounter with the Old One and the cults. Since then, she's become an expert on the occult and their horrific practices, justified in belief that the day she finally falls will be the day of her ultimate salvation. And there she is, Sister Beth. All right, so those are all the characters that you could be. Gotta be careful here. You also have some punch-out boards. Now these boards, which are weird, these come out really, really quick. So again, nice thick cardboard. That's one of your game tiles right there. These are really, really well done. Very, very cool. It almost looks like a snake's head, but I don't think it is. But that's a really cool board. Pops right out thing here. I'll try to show you everything else. We have some more of those tiles here too. Some mini tiles. Got these two little staircase. I'm going to turn this over. Got a boat. And some hallways. Some small rooms. Put this up here like that. It should pop back in as, yep, it pops back in as easy as it comes out. Life tokens, brawling, arcane mastery. And the tiles are really, really nicely made. Goes very well with the horror theme. These things are popping out like crazy. The I guess you could say the holder. I don't know what you would actually call it, but it appears this time for this game, the cardboard is thick for them. They're just not holding on to them that well. For the small stuff, yes, but for the heavier stuff, no. They just seem to fall out by themselves, which is cool. It's easier to take them off the sprue, but at the same time, when I want to show it to you, it makes it a little bit more difficult because they start falling out. Then you got toughness, marksman, stealth, and swiftness. Got another one of these. So as I'm showing it to you, as you can tell, some of them are just almost falling out of the slot that came in. And if I flip it over very, oh, see, that's how they're popping out. Oh, there's a popping out. That's one back of it. In the backs. Let's go throw this on top here like this. As you can tell, they're all popping out. Put it back in. All right, so I'm just gonna slide these over to here because we got the rule book here. We got all this stuff. Lots and lots of stuff in this box. And we got one more sheet of tokens here. You got your, again, all these icons like this will be explained to you in the rule book. Tunnel things, it looks like. Got some damage tokens there. Got fire tokens, life tokens. And these are holding steady so far. Different rooms. Again, this is a game of gothic horror, so this is really, really cool the way everything looks. But again, with any of these Kickstarters, again, I did not back the Kickstarter, but anytime you get it with CMON, you know you're getting a quality product. Again, the gameplay may not be something that you're fancy to or that you don't enjoy, but the product itself, the tokens, the tiles, the game boards, the figures, they're always of high quality, in my opinion. Always high quality. Never been disappointed. So the next thing I'm going to show you are the episodes. Now it said in there you get to pick which, this is what they call season 1. You have season 1, you have season 2. So season 1 here, they come in these cool boxes. So I'm just going to show you that way. So you have the Blasphemous Alchemy, Season 1, Episode 1. The Tomes of Madness, Season 1, Episode 2. Dance Macabre, Season 1, Episode 3. Eldritch Idols, Season 1, Episode 4. Accursed Tide, Season 1, Episode 5. And Unspeakable Hour, Season 1, Episode 6. So you got these cool boxes for each of them. Again, you're not supposed to combine them. So I'm just going to show you them one at a time. The artwork, very, very cool. It's Indiana Jones. Oh, sorry. No, it's not. All right, in the back, it says, so each one will give you the contents of what's in the box and give you a little background information. Blasphemous Alchemy, Season 1, Episode. What's worse than cultists? Cultists who set the place on fire. Another night and another damn ritual to summon an elder god. If we blow up their labs, we can cause a lot of trouble for whoever it is they're summoning. So let's open this box up so you get an idea of what's inside. There we go. So inside each box, you get a bunch of stuff inside. So first thing I'm going to show you, like this one, it talks about fire. So you get a bunch of fire tokens. Front and back are the same. You get this in the fire token. Looks like some potions or something. Then it says major explosion, safe collapse, inferno. Okay. And then you have your episode card. It says discovery. So this is things that you're finding. A bunch of these discovery cards. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 of those. Okay, so we got our discovery here. So I flip those over. Condition, guilty. Conscience, I should have done something. Feral student, she only makes vague simian noises. May take 2 stress to claim the feral student. If you do not, claim the guilty conscience. All right, so it tells the companion, Margot, the feral student, while you have her gain 1 level in brawling, you cannot have both Margaret and Professor as companions. Discard 1 to get 2 choices. All right, get that one. Assistant janitor, up to no good, Professor, cages, good boy, sorry, furious student, clutter, lab books, locked cabinet, desk, medical supplies, fire equipment, monkey paw, and back to the feral students. So you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cards in there. Again, this is all stuff that fall in the category of discovery, as it says right in the front. So you get these. You also get Scene 1, Episode 1, Blasphemous Alchemy monsters, and these are the monsters that you'll be fighting, the guides for those. These are the guys, when attacked, first place a fire token in its space. When it attacks, each star also counts as a success. So you have Baki. Please forgive me if I'm saying these wrong, but Baki. This is Fire Vampire, so it's easy enough. This has 3 wounds, this has 4 wounds. Okay. And then also, this gives you the card that gives you all the information about it. All right. This is what you have to accomplish. Disrupt the ritual. Destroy 4 of the 5 labs by dealing 4 more total wounds to them with the destroy equipment action. When the Elder One advances, place 1 fire token in each space that has any cultists and no fire. Extinguish fire. Destroy equipment. Those are your 2 things that you've got to get done. And those are the monsters that are going to be facing. And in the back of that card, it tells you here how to set up the room, where the bad guys go in each of the room. Starting space, gates, cultist, stairs, lab, Baki, fire vampire, and the fire itself. So there you go. And of course, you also get cards. So these are cards, all the fronts are the same. So let's take a look at this. This is Fire Vampire. Each Fire Vampire moves 1 space towards you, then place 1 fire token in their spaces. Summon the Fire Vampire. Again, title, what happens, summon Fire Vampire. Okay, Chaos in the Labs. Students go mad. Baki. Monsters in the Labs. Conflagration. Lab accent. So I don't want to read too much of this stuff because I don't want to give anything away. That's the Mythos cards. So you get a Mythos card, you get the monster card, you get what the investigators have to accomplish card, and then you also have your discovery cards. So every box has the same kind of components in them. So let's go in the back. And back into the box it goes. So that's your first case, which is, oops, sorry. Again, that's Season 1, Episode 1. Then you have Episode 2. Components of the deck, again, we just show it here. I don't have to open it up and show you every single card. But again, you're going to have the episode card. You're going to have the Tome of Madness. You have 4 of those forbidden knowledges. You're going to have tokens like that, and tokens like this. More of the Mythos cards, just like the ones I showed you. Discovery cards and your monster card. And that's everything that's included in that one. That there is the Tomes of Madness, Season 1, Episode 2. Then you have Dance Macabre, Season 1, Episode 3. Again, it tells you everything that's included in the box. Again, your episode card, what you have to accomplish. This mission, Ballroom Waterfront, Zone Tags, Ballgoers, Dancers, you have 14 of them, Ballgoers, Sorcerers, again the Mythos cards, just like I showed you before, the Discovery cards, you have 15 of them, and your 2 monsters that you're going to fight in that scenario. That's Episode 3. And Episode 4, Eldritch Idols, Season 1, Episode 4. There you go. Again, in the back, contents, episode cards, sarcophagus, artifacts, guards, zone tags, mythos cards, discovery cards, and your monster cards. And we have the figures for all these figures for all the monsters, so you'll be seeing them all as we go along here. And then you have here Accursed Tide, Season 1, Episode 5. Again, Accursed Tide, Season 1, Episode 5. Contents of the box, episode card, zone tags, Alan Elder times 5, Marsh Elder times 5, Mythos cards, Discovery cards, Monster cards. And I'll read the top here. It says, small town, small politics, big trouble. For some reason, these 2 families hate each other's guts, but we need to get them away from this accursed island before the cultists can sacrifice enough of them to summon the Elder One. And I'll get you this one too. This is Unspeakable Hour, Season 1 episode. So this is the last episode that's in the box. It says here, a creepy research station, mirrors everywhere. That doesn't explain why the moon is changing phases every few minutes. Cultists doing their dumb thing. But if we can direct moonlight into their dome using the mirrors, yes, that should work. Again, your episode card, your zone tag, your moonlight shadow ×3, moon phase tracker, mythos cards, monster cards, and your discovery cards. That's everything that's included in there. So there you have 6 episodes right there. Now, we have some different figures to show you. So it's a lot of figures. A lot. That's the great thing about CMON. These things all cost a lot of money, but when you open the package, there's a lot of good stuff that's in there. So before we do that, these are the bases that go on the figures. Just pop one up to show you. Dun, 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 dun. We've got Indiana Jones here, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, that's how the base fits on there. You take it off, you just pop it out like that. These are a good way to keep track of who is who when you're playing with multiple people. So we'll look at that figure in a minute. If you got enough bases, you should have 10 of them in here for 10 different. Maybe you only have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. You only have 5 because you only have up to 5 players playing at one time. All right, there you go. You also have your dice. Dice are game specific, so you can't use your own D6 or use your own, dice from other games. These are very game specific. And you've got green dice, which appear to be all the same. And you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those, and 3 black dice. So let's get them out of here too. Let's take a look at them all together. So black dice, you got an exclamation, got that star thing, exclamation and some tentacles. You got exclamation, you got nothing, and you get just tentacles. So that's what I see here. And all 3 of those black dice are the same. So you got 3 of those. And you got 5 green ones. The green ones appear to have the same symbols. Oh, they have 2 blanks. This one has an exclamation point, exclamation, and a star, and just a star. Uh-oh, so 2 times you can get in there, nothing happens. Oh, that's not good. And these are nice sized dice, and they actually feel real good. Nice thick dice. There you go. Little baggie for them in there as well. Then you get these little set cards here too. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of these cards. They say Arkham Sanitarium, patient medical files A through F, and when you flip them over, at the start of a game, name a codependent investigator. Codependency. If your codependent is alive but not in your space, take 2 stress, then move either of you to the other space. Enemies do not follow. So recurring trauma, fear of crowds, catatonia, obsessive disorder, pyromania, psychotic outbreaks, paranoia, kleptomania, masochism, hypochondria, hypochondriac, short-term memory loss. So I guess each one of your characters has a phobia or some sort of psychic break that they have. So I guess these are the ones you choose from at random. So it's got a saying, and then it's got the explanation of it on the bottom here. So you get a bunch of these cards as well. I guess those are phobias that go with your characters. All right, I'm just gonna pull this up like this. You've got a whole bunch of characters right here that are part of these are your investigators. So if you look at them up close. Details are fantastic, as always with all CMON. All the characters are done beautifully as always. Again, these are your investigators. Highly detailed miniatures, 28 millimeter. They look absolutely spectacular, as they always do. I gotta tell you, CMON makes some of the best figures on the market. And again, that's why they always charge a premium for them as well. I know that soon there'll be another releasing of this Cthulhu Death May Die. It's going to be another season of it. And I know that I backed it on Kickstarter this time because this game looks really, really cool. I haven't played it yet, but it looks very, very cool. I've had this for a while and I haven't unboxed it also yet. That's why I'm doing the video now. But at the same time, I got to tell you, I look forward to play this game. It's Indiana Jones, ladies and gentlemen. That's cool. And you got this guy here too. Again, artwork is fantastic. So characters in there too. You also get your trackers for your sanity and the special abilities. It's the tentacles. So put this over here real quick. So I show you the cards real quick. Put this over here too. So if I show you the cards real quick, so you got little spaces here. If you're using the Pebble base for her, this would go in here like so. It's a tracker. Okay, so for brawling, toughness, keep track of that. And it looks like they are in the colors of the bases here. So you got an orange, you got a red, you got a blue, you got a green, you got a purple, and you got blue. You got 3 or 4 or 5. Yeah, it looks like you got 5 each. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 each color. I think it's 5 each color. You got 5 blue. Yep. So you get 5 each color. Okay. Throw those over there. And you get 2 of these figures. And awesome. Awesome sculpts. Intricate detail. So you get 2 of these figures. You get 2 of these figures. Okay. So as I just said, you get 2 of each of these figures. There they are. There they are. You get that also. Some of these guys I'm trying to clean them up real quick because they just popped out their spots on the box. So underneath that box, you get another crate of figures. Oh, this guy's backwards. So you get your cultists in red, and you have another beings down here. All right, so I'll show you one at a time. You get one guy that looks like this. Actually, what I'll do better than that, looks better with the black background. So I'll show you that. So you get 5 of these guys. The red is always very hard for it to show up on camera, so I apologize for that. But Maybe he's your head cultist. And then you get 5 of this guy. With his hands up. Hands up, baby, hands up. So you get 5 of this guy. You get 5 of this creature. Again, the figures are always awesome. Anything that Simon puts out. And this guy here, got like a fish head. It's got like that shark thing in the back of him. There they are. So these are the figures that all come together. So I'll show you that again. Okay. Again, you get 5 of those guys. 5 of those guys. You get 5 of these guys. And 5 of those guys. And they come in a cool little case like that they all come together in. There's so always in this game, when we back at Kickstarter like that, there's always so much stuff that comes with it. And we got some more figures here and some more figures. Two more figures. So you get 1 of each of these. I am not sure what this thing is called, but it don't want to run into this in a dark alley by any means of the word, but the detail, the tentacles, again, awesome, awesome, awesome figure. And then we get this guy here. Big, big tentacles. And whenever I play these Eldritch horror games, I always say the same thing to myself, like, who the hell would want these things? Who the hell would I try to summon something like this? Crazy people do. But, again, look at this. The tentacles. All the details on these figures are just incredible. So you get 1 of this guy. So again, you get just 1 of each of those. And this is the guy. Mouth the way it is there. In a case like that. And then you get 2 of these guys. Looks like eyes there, but I don't think it is. I'm not sure. Look at that thing. Man. These are things that nightmares are made of. All those little feet on the bottom. Again, the details just pop on these figures. Him with some primer, white primer or gray primer, make it pop even more so you can paint them. So again, you get 2 of those figures. They look like that. Fantastic. And when you talk about figures, you get more than that. You you've got your big ones that come in their own boxes. Hastur. Contents of the box. Minion cards, Elder 1 stage cards, Mythos cards, yellow sign times 12, Hastur Disciples, and Hastur himself. So again, you pop this box open. You got the cards. You got your villain cards. You've got these tokens. And then you got your figures. So let's do one thing at a time here. Take a look at these cards here real quick. Stage 1, when Hastur advances, you gain a yellow sign token. Summon one Hastur disciple at the nearest gate and one cultist at each of the other gates. Stage 2. When revealed, summon Hastur into your space, then summon one Hastur disciple at the nearest gate. Monsters and cultists gain that kind of die when attacking if their target has 2 or more yellow sign tokens. It's got 12 wounds, getting stronger, as they say. Stage 3, and the final stage. Then you have your cultist that looks like this, which we saw in the other box. And you got these guys, the Hastur Disciples. This deals you any wounds, choose one, take a yellow sign token, summon a cultist in this space. It doesn't attack this turn. So that's those cards. So as I like to say, these are your greater demons. So you get the cards, the tokens, and then you get your Mythos cards here too. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All facts are the same. Hastur Disciple. Says each Hastur Disciple moves 2 spaces towards you. Summon the Hastur Disciple. Okay, same thing. Got a yellow token, got a blue token there. Got a red token. Then you got your cultist, Rapturous Frenzy. Naming the Nameless. Again, I don't want to summon your cultist. Suicide Pact. The King in yellow. The yellow sign. Again, each of these. I don't want to ruin anything for you about the game, so I'm not going to read all those cards to you, but those are included with this figures set and baddie that you're going to be fighting. So let's try to get this out of the box without destroying the box. Oh, here we go. Of course, has a lid on it. You get 4 of these guys. Again, lots of detail. Really, really cool with their Tommy gun. So you get 4 of them. And you get the one really big character. I mean, this is you throw this at somebody with all these tentacles. These will do some damage because these are sharp. They're really sharp. But when you look at this figure here, again, who would want to? Who would want one of these things to show up? Not me. My answer is, close that book and bury it, and don't come anywhere near it again. So there you go. Those are the figures that are included in the set right there. Again, the 4 cultists and that character right there. And then you turn to me and you go, there can't be more than this in this, can there be? And my answer is, yep, we can get one more thing fit into the box. And this time it's Cthulhu, not the big giant one. This is the one that comes in the regular Death May Die core box. Pull this off, you got more stuff in here. You got some tokens. You got more cards. These are the ones that come in the 6th. See, these are your mythos cards. Again, don't want to ruin anything. Star spawn. If the star spawns, if the star spawn is on the board, each investigator in its space loses 2 sanity. Then it moves 2 spaces towards you. Summon star spawn. Blue. Riley Unleashed. Astral Promise. Sleeper Awakens. Star Spawn. Riley Awakens. Again, the thing that should not be. And Crawling Chaos. Those are those cards that are included. You also have this card as well. These cards. Cthulhu Stage 1, Stage 2, Stage 3, and the final stage. And there's your Cultist and Star Spawn. So I'll just read this real quick. Stage 1. When Cthulhu advances, put Riley token on your space. If there's already a token there, put it in the near space that doesn't have one. Summon a cultist on each Riley space. Move the star spawn 1 space towards you. If it's not on the board, summon it on the blue gate. The object is to not let this thing spawn. That's the whole name of the game. So those are the cards that go with it. So put those to the side over here. Inside here, you get 2 massive figures. Before I show you those, don't forget on the back of the box, on the side of the box, sorry, it tells you the contents of the box. The other one is for stage cards, the Mythos card, which I showed you, the Minion card, Cthulhu himself, Riley ×9, and the Star Spawn. Just so you know what's supposed to come back in this box. But again, the artwork is beautiful on it. Let's show you the figures. My friends still have the tape on the box. So in a second, I'm going to cut that off. That's always, I do that off camera so no one sees me cut my hand off. And then we got this guy here with the huge, huge tentacles. Again, the detail is just incredible on the figure. You don't even see mold lines. Again, you hit this with the white primer. Everything else will pop that much more. There you go. You get one of him, and then you get the big boy. Look at the detail on this figure. dermatologist to fix that. Not looking so good there with all those open wounds, open sores. But just look at the detail on these figures. Again, Simon, Guillotine Games, above and beyond once again. Phenomenal, phenomenal, phenomenal figure that is right there. And then you got the ginormous one, which I did not back the Kickstarter again, so I did not get that figure. But this is but now that I backed the second one, I think I might have that one coming to the house at some point in time. But we'll see what happens when that's released finally. There you go. So put this here, put this here. So I hate to say it this way. Everything you see here, which is a lot of stuff, tremendous amount of stuff. All this stuff is included in the unboxing and concludes this unboxing of Cthulhu, Death May Die, a game by Rob W. and Eric M. Lang, brought to you by Simon and Guillotine Games. As always, thank you so much for joining me with this unboxing video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you could always give us a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Also, you could always hit that subscribe button. This way you're kept up to date as to any time we release any new content to the page. As always, thank you so much for joining us. Be safe, be well, enjoy the remainder of your day. I'll catch you on the next unboxing video.